Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Here I am once again bringing you the most reasonable truth, because this is the only truth, okay, on planet Earth. And it is not coming from me, okay? I'm just a messenger. Ladies and gentlemen, remember what the Bible says on Matthew 24, talking about the signs of the end times, not of the earth, not of the earth will not be destroyed. The people will be taken out, just like they were in the flood, in the days of Noah. Okay? So today I come to you to talk to you about the satanic masters of the naive. And I'm going to show you how they have worked this whole world, having their satanic tentacles all over the earth. Remember, the so-called elite, they don't have anything, there's nothing elite about them, but the so-called elite that just got done in a meeting of Bilderberg in Lisbon, Portugal. Lisbon, okay? I want you to know what they cover. See, they know that they got humanity, okay? They know they put humanity through a test. You know what test I'm talking about? So, I mean, use your critical thinking, because we human beings have always had a critical thinking mind, but they have made it their goal to destroy it. And that's why people don't think anymore. They have given up. They have been lied to so many times, they don't even believe in God. They have become atheists. Little do they know that this is by design, so that this satanic matrix system drags them to their future hell on earth, or to their early death. And don't we see that in our youth today? It is sad. They don't have any regards for human life. But why should they? When man is showing them that they don't care about them, even when they are in the mother's womb. Okay, so let me read what I'm going, because I don't want this to take too long, believe me. So all this time of signs of the end, wars and rumors of war, they have used that. They're using that to work the masses. Okay? So, see, the same way that the spiritual being called Satan, that once most wonderful angel named Lucifer, the first angel ever created in the heavenly realm, in the heavenly paradise, in God's kingdom, he begat a first mother and father. The same way the so-called world leaders are doing to humanity. They know that the human creature believed the original lie in the beginning. So why not stick with what works? Why not stick with it? Why not keep doing it? In fact, that's what I used to believe when I used to sell drugs, ladies and gentlemen, when I was a drug trafficker. Well, let's give people what they want. That's what we used to say in our group. Sad. They know that the human creature believed the original lie in the beginning, so why not stick with what works? Being the earth became the devil's playground, to show the creator of everything that there is, including him, that he can do a better job. Because he was already upset that he was thrown out of heaven. So the devil has managed to use the very same thing that he created, which is the first lie against humanity, to keep them at bay and under control, which has completely corrupted humanity, out of which came envy, jealousy, lust of the flesh, love of money, the legalization of drugs, which opens the doors of demons and thereby evil results. Manipulation is the name of the game for this two-legged demons, excuse of human beings, leaders, so-called leaders, once again, exploiting the very same emotion which they have created. Okay? We have been bombarded. Okay? Fear, depression, anxieties, desperation, confusion, uncertainties, craziness. Ladies and gentlemen, fear being the most prized jewels in this game. Okay? Using the created so-called political leaders, religious leaders, and educators through a human history. Okay, educators are just brainwashers. Religious leaders mess with your spirits, okay, and lead you astray to the devil. Political leaders make you believe, they give you the illusion that your vote counts. In fact, there was a big lawsuit, ladies and gentlemen. Dominion voting system took Fox to court, and they won the so-called lawsuit for $787 million. But yet, they won this lawsuit, but guess what, ladies and gentlemen? They're about to close doors. They're about to get away, because, see, they know. See, they know that America is done. They know that America has been played as the harlot that she is. Because people have let it happen. See, and these souls, these evil souls, are spread out all over the earth to work the people into submissions and accept what their lying leaders are telling them and saying to them as their final countdown for their glorious, their so-called glorious Novus Ordo Seclorum. The new, that's Latin for New World Order. Okay? In fact, they just finished again a 3-day Bilderberg Summit in Lisbon, Portugal. Take a look at the people that were invited there. And you tell me if these people have your best interest in mind or at heart, as they lie to the people all the time. You see, when people lie to one another, the one that lies the most is the one that controls you. Do you want to see some examples of these lies? Okay, are you ready? Climate change. Big fact lie. But you have believed them. I mean, they have used young people protesting and that they care about the future of this planet. Are you freaking kidding me? These very same people are the ones destroying the earth with this garbage coming out of their mouth. abortion. What I mean, they want to take care of Mother Earth, right? So much. Well, what about the most precious life on this earth, which are the babies? Oh no, but we are the problem. You see? So the devil has managed to bring humanity to hate itself, because the leaders that are in power have made sure that they do. Let us keep going. Racism, you see how they divide the masses out of chaos. Okay? You see how they work? On a super psychological level that people don't even see it coming. Racism doesn't even begin to make sense, because there's only one race, which is the human race upon this earth, upon this flat earth of ours. And that's another thing, ladies and gentlemen, that I forgot to include here. One of the lies is, educators, they're telling people lies again, that the earth is round. We live in a globe. Anyway. So racism, they're talking about, oh, white people are devil. They are psychopaths. You understand? Because see, when they keep the people separated and divided, more power to them. You see how they work? Okay. Black Lives Matter. What a freaking lie that was. You talk about exploiting human emotions, there it is. Them girls did a pretty good job. Then 3 lesbians did a pretty good job. People die, and all the money that they got, they enjoy it. And they have the power to be the devils that they are. And there's nothing you can do about it, because they have learned from the political machine under this satanic matrix system. So Black Lives Matter when? So when young people kill each other, let's say in Baltimore, in St. Louis, in Detroit, in Chicago, when young people kill each other there, ladies and gentlemen, oh, that don't count. See? You only count when white folks, whether a police officer or whatever, you know, it turns out that a black person gets killed for whatever reason, regardless of who was at fault. I mean, look the ridiculous thing that they started in New York. You have a Marine. I used to be an ex-Marine. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, you had a Marine stopping a crazy maniacs, which is, by the way, just like it is in Kensington, Pennsylvania, they love to keep these people because they're destroying themselves anyway. See? See, when the government shows you that they don't care about their people, and the people actually dying, whatever they can, drug abuse, you know, going through some hard time, and they commit suicide or whatever, hey, more power, more bloodshed to their God, the devil. See? Through our human history, that has always been the case. Humanity has always been played, ladies and gentlemen. Wake the hell up. Transgenderism. They took a page right out of the feminism movement, which equals Satanism, homosexualism, civil rights movement in the 1960s. All of this equals to death and destruction, because what have they done for the people? In fact, Even Martin Luther King said it. What? I'm afraid that I'm taking my people into a burning building. But he realized that too late. Because remember, he came out of Baptist church. And we all know that religion is controlled by the Masons in this super Masonic corporation called America. Okay? So I'm going to show you what these leaders, I mean, we don't have any doubt. These people worship the devil. Okay? Where do you think the word evolution came out of? Do you think that was invented or inspired by man? No. Because throughout human history, men have always worshipped gods. You dig? So now, all of a sudden, this man came out of nowhere. He even wrote a book, The Origin of Species. Okay? Remember, they control the masses by keeping them confused, while they use the bewitching symbols all over the planet. All right, chapter 28, Ezekiel chapter 28. Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 1. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, 2. Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, Thus says the Lord, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am God. I sit in the seat of God, in the midst of the seas. Yet thou art a man, and not God. Though thou set thine heart as the heart of God. 3. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. 4. With thy wisdom and with thy understanding thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver in thy treasures. 5. By the great wisdom and by the traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thine riches. 6. Therefore, thus says the Lord God, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of God. 7. Behold, therefore, I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they should defy thy brightness. 8. They should bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the death of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. 9. Which thou yet say before him that slayeth it, I am God, but thou shalt be a man and not God, in the hand of him that slayeth thee. 10. Thou shalt die the death of the uncircumcised by the hand of strangers, for I have spoken it with the Lord God. Moreover, 11. Moreover, the word of God came unto me, saying, Son of man, take up a lamentation upon the king of Tyrus, and say unto him, Thus says the Lord God, thou sealest up the sum full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. 13. Thou hast been in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone was thy covering, and the sardius, topaz, and the diamond, the beryl, the onyx, the jasper, the sapphire, the emerald, and the carbuncle, and gold. The workmanship of thy tabrets and of thy pipes was prepared in thee, and in the day that thou was prepared in thee, in the day that thou was created. 14. Thou art the anointed curb that covereth, and I have set thee so. Thou wast upon the holy mountain of God. Thou hast walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire. 15. Thou wast perfect in thy ways from the day that thou wast created, till iniquity was found in thee. Who are they talking about? The spirit that lieth within Tyrus. Okay? The spirit that lieth inside the prince of Tyrus. He thought that he was God and that he was wise. You see why they worship the owl? In fact, do not forget the links that I will send to you. All right, let us go to Isaiah 14. Again, Isaiah 14 verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Ladies and gentlemen, the devil wanted to be God. Okay? In fact, if we take a look at what it says, let us keep reading. Verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, and I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. Now you tell me, ladies and gentlemen, where is the second beast on earth, on this flat earth of ours? Where does the second beast of the Bible live at? North America, United States of America. And she's about to be destroyed, ladies and gentlemen. And unless you have a strong relationship with your maker, you're not going to make it. Now, let's say you lose the interest in making it, and be destroyed. Your attitude be like, well, I didn't create life, so I don't care what happens to me. I mean, But then again, you're going to have to man up in front of God. You're going to have to confess. He will judge you according to those words that came out of your mouth. You understand? See, if you don't care for what God created, you will be severely judged. Okay, so the devil wanted to be what? As God. Man wants to be as God because he's got and they're playing gods. That's why they met in Portugal, Lisbon, Portugal, in the Bilderberg group. And then there's another one coming up where the Manhattan Project was set up at, called the Bohemian Grove. You're going to see the links that I will send you. And by the way, the gentleman that you see there showing you and that actually infiltrated his name is Alex Jones, ladies and gentlemen. Alex Jones of InfoWars. Let me just tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. This man is there as a control opposition. He's part of the same, he's part of the same psychological game. Just like George Carlin was before he passed away. He used to say a lot of truth, but he was part of them. All right, so let us go to Ephesians. Ephesians 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So ladies and gentlemen, again, for those that are new to my channel, the reason I use these glasses is because no matter which angle that I use over here in this room, the light glare bothers me. Anyway, so let me just tell you, the purpose of these videos, ladies and gentlemen, that I bring to you is so that you see everything in front of you and that you understand everything. In fact, now you understand as to why my video are not in the thousands or in the millions of subscribers. I'm not interested in that, because ladies and gentlemen, if that was the case, if that was what I would have been interested in, ladies and gentlemen, you know what? This channel would have been closed a long time ago. No, I want the few. In fact, even the Bible tells you, the good book tells you, the few are those that will be saved, that will make it through this. Because this is a test. Will you give in? And a lot of people will give in, because, ladies and gentlemen, let us go. First of all, let us go to Matthew 16. Matthew 16. Let me just tell you about the power of lying. Okay? Let me just tell you about the power of lying. Okay? We were lied to. We believed the lie, and we have been following the lies, and we have been victims of this lie, for we all die, and we have become victimizers, which means killers, robbers, you name it, envious, jealousy. That's what victimize. People have lied to each other. For instance, when a woman has an affair behind her man, will she tell him? Of course not. If a man comes to your house and wants to rob your house, you want to make sure you're not home. So, we have believed this lie. So it is in our DNA to believe lies, not to believe this truth. Even the Bible tells you that the mind is enmity against God. It is time to come back to your Creator, ladies and gentlemen. Let us go one last verse that I forgot, because his Son, his only begotten Son, the one that died in that piece of wood. He was hung, by the way. He wasn't crucified, which the whole world called Jesus Christ. But we all know the letter J didn't even exist back in those days. Matthew 16, verse 24. Then said Christ unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. So you see, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it. Why do you want to save your life and yet not worship or not accept the one that created life? You're talking about a contrast or a dilemma. I mean, you got a tremendous dilemma in your hand, ladies and gentlemen. It reminds me of the people that admire nature, its rivers, okay, its streams, the stars, the moon, the sea. Oh my. But then do not accept that there's a creator for everything. Fools. Fools. That's what I call them, as they would say at the Bohemian Grove, which the links that I will send you. And that's what humanity has become. A bunch of naive, confused, lost, deceived, work program fools. And in the meantime, because of this, we all dying. Look what's happening in the United States. It's like no one saw anything wrong with immigrants coming in. Open border society. George Soros. These are just the devil's minions, ladies and gentlemen. We are going against our own beliefs system because there is no belief. There is no belief system. Oh, we believe in evolution. Yeah, so why are you going against it? Why you want to turn a young boy into a little girl? Explain that to me. But anyway, we would talk about this in come judgment, in the day of reckoning before God. If you're not going against your own belief, your evolution principles, how come you're turning little boys into girls? How come you're turning little girls and vice versa, right, into little boys? A lot of them have committed suicide. Okay? You know, I compare this, you know what I compare this to? What's been happening in a lot of Islamic nations. For instance, Yemen. There was the story of a man whose parents, the 10-year girl's parents, sold this 10-year girl to this 40-year-old man. And while he was having sexual intercourse with this 10-year girl, guess what happened? She bled to death and died. You understand? But we don't see nothing wrong with it. Just like we don't see nothing wrong with transgenderism. Transgenderism. In fact, I'm going to send you that lady again, that senator from Nebraska. How crazy, how evil possessed can you be? We love, this is what she's saying. We love transgender. We need transgender. We love transgender. We need transgender. Really? I'm so glad that this is happening, because the more evil, the sooner my Creator will come. Okay? But time of the Gentiles must be fulfilled. Okay? This is all for now, ladies and gentlemen. Please. And by the way, once you take an oath to the devil and his pagan gods, you will not escape his wrath. Let me give you an example. Dr. Shadi, what's his name? Balad, he was poisoned. He was poisoned this past Saturday, the 20th, because he was against the system. See, when you're a doctor and you take an oath to pagan God in the Hippocratic oath, because each doctor needs to do that, ladies and gentlemen, which are actually demons, Apollo, and all kinds of gods, mainly from the Greek and from the Roman Empire. You understand? So, ladies and gentlemen, please, this nation is about to be completely destroyed in 1 hour. But it's happening gradually before us. That's why New York has got to be destroyed first. And New York is sinking. And so I'm so glad I got out of actually out of all the East Coast. I grew up in New York. My sons were born in New York. You understand? May God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. And this fight has only just begun. We only just begun. This is a spiritual warfare, ladies and gentlemen. This is no joke. You think that having to work tomorrow, I'm going to be here in front of you talking nonsense? Do I have time to talk nonsense to you? No, I don't have time for this. But this is real. And this is like an emergency thing. This is a state of emergency that we are, okay? But do not be afraid, because remember, they love to exploit fear so that you end up submitting. Ladies and gentlemen, fear is their best tactic. Do not be afraid that World War III is going to start, because that's not going to happen. The Creator would not let it happen. But there are some changes, drastic changes, and horrific changes coming down the pipe for a corporation called America. The Federal Reserve bankers and the IRS, they know, ladies and gentlemen, that they are what they did to America. So the people that ruled America they don't have any they are numb, emotionally numb. They don't care about your well-being. They lie to you all the time. Be safe, ladies and gentlemen. And remember, I make this video out of love for you all. And by the way, to my black, I don't like to call them blacks, but let me just say for the, to my black brothers and sisters out there, didn't I tell you that you wasn't gonna get no reparations? Because it's part of the psychological game, exploiting your emotions. But you keep falling and keep believing on these people. It's like, for instance, you've been supporting like the Democratic Party forever, right? And you think that your vote counts, when in reality it doesn't. But let's say that it does. What are you doing? You are this is how blind you are. You are supporting the very slave masters. Do you know that the Democratic Party was the one that created the Ku Klux Klan? You understand? We love, this is like what the Stockholm Syndrome. We love our captors. We want to be like them. How do you like it now? And by the way, do not hold your breath on this reparations, on the 40 acre and a mule. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to go back to our Creator, to our God. This is how we're going to get the glorious that He was once ours. Anyway, this is destined to happen. Just like it's in 2nd Esdras, it says that Esau is the beginning of the world. Esau was the beginning. And Jacob is the end, and then the beginning of the one afterward. So Esau is destroying this world, and Jacob, who is the father. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, let me give you this homework. Please read Genesis chapter 25 so you can understand who are the ones that are ruling upon this world, which came out of the Roman Empire, the 10 nations that came out of the Roman Empire. And so that you can have more understanding, you can read Daniel 7, I believe it's chapter 25. You all take care, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, I do this out of love, whether you know me or not. I don't care. We will see each other in the end, in the time of judgment. Don't worry about it. You all take care. God bless.